Ever feel like you need to get up to speed on the big important stuff, like right now? I hear you. We're cutting through the noise today, doing a deep dive into Agentic AI and how it's going to revolutionize business. We've got this super insightful report, and we're going to pull out the most important stuff about Agentic AI and what it means for the future.
Yeah, this report is all about like a huge paradigm shift. We're not talking about AI just waiting around for instructions anymore. We're talking AI that's driven to achieve goals, like on its own.
Okay, so how is this different from, the AI we already have, like just regular automation and stuff?
Think of it this way. Traditional systems, they just follow rules. But
Hmm.
agentic AI, well, it's powered by these advanced LLMs, right? Large language models. And these things can understand objectives, they can make plans, they can make decisions, and get this, they can adapt in real time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like having an assistant that not only gets what you want, but figures out the best way to make it happen, using all the data and tools at its disposal.
So in the report, they talk about these multi-agent systems.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this framework called CrewAI. I'm curious about how all of that plays into this.
So think about it. Really complicated problems often need different kinds of expertise, right? You wouldn't have just one person on a team trying to do everything.
Right.
That's where multi-agent systems come in. And frameworks like CrewAI help you build teams of these AI agents. Each agent, it has its own specific role, its own tools, and they all work together on this bigger task. CrewAI, it's a Python framework, and it provides the structure. You can define the agents, how they collaborate, what they're called, crews, and all the tasks they're going to take on.
So it's like assembling a team of specialists,
Yes.
but they're AI.
Exactly.
And this isn't like science fiction. The report is saying that 2025 is going to be a huge year for this stuff.
Absolutely. 2024 was really the foundation. And now, yeah, 2025, we're expecting to see a massive leap. Proactive, goal-oriented AI, it's going to be everywhere.
And CrewAI seems to be a big part of that.
Yeah.
What makes it stand out, compared to these other frameworks? I know there's like Microsoft Autogen and LangChain and stuff like that.
So CrewAI, its strength is that team aspect. It's really all about building these teams of AI agents that work together. Now, Autogen, that's more about managing a bunch of different agents, coordinating them. It's great for those really complex systems with lots of moving parts.
Oh, I see.
And LangChain, that's more about building these flexible AI workflows, like connecting all the different AI components.
Okay, so they each have their own little niche.
Exactly. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish, right?
Right. So it's a huge evolution. We're going from AI that just, creates data to AI that's actually doing things,
Yeah.
making decisions and solving problems.
Exactly. Generative AI, it creates. Agentic AI, it acts. It uses that generative power, but within this whole system that can operate on its own.
And the report talks about these, what they call hot topics, that this is going to affect. One that jumped out at me was hyper-personalization. How does agentic AI change how that works?
Think about it. Most systems today, they just analyze your past behavior. But with agentic AI, it can adapt to what you're doing right now, like in real time.
So, like, it's actually responding to what you're doing that very second.
Exactly. Imagine you're shopping online, right? You put something in your cart, but then, life happens and you get distracted.
Happens to me all the time.
Now, an agentic AI system, it could recognize that you abandoned your cart and then boom, sends you a personalized discount code a couple minutes later. That's next level personalization.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What about supply chains? That's another one of the hot topics. They talked about supply chain optimization.
So it's not just about, identifying problems in the supply chain. Agentic AI can be like the ultimate manager. So it can predict a delay, let's say, in a shipment, and then bam, it reroutes the shipment, notifies everyone who's affected, all without any human intervention. Like, it's taking care of everything.
That's incredible. I mean, what kinds of jobs and job functions is this going to impact the most? I mean, where are we going to see the biggest changes?
It's really all over the place. In marketing, for instance, you could have AI managing and optimizing entire personalized ad campaigns from start to finish. In finance, you could have real-time fraud detection and prevention. In tech, think of AI that can automatically find and fix bugs in software. Even in customer service, it could resolve those really complex issues without a human agent ever having to step in. I mean, these are just a few examples.
So many possibilities. What about, how does this all fit in with all the data analytics platforms that companies already use?
Well, agentic AI can automate so much of that process, like getting the data ready, finding those weird anomalies, even building predictive models. And there are tools out there, like Amazon QuickSight with Amazon Q, that let you ask questions in plain English, and the AI will find the insights you need. Plus, it can make your data governance way better. Automate all those access controls and checks to make sure the data is good.
So it's not just about efficiency, it's about accuracy and security too.
Totally. And the report highlighted some companies that are already seeing real results with this stuff. Did any of those stand out to you?
Yeah, I remember that one, the CPG company that used CrewAI. They cut their processing time by something like 75%, right?
Yeah, that's a perfect example of how powerful these AI teams can be. And then there's JP Morgan Chase. They actually cut their customer support wait times by more than 40%.
Wow. So there are clear benefits for businesses and their customers. I mean, when you think about all of this, what are like the core benefits of actually going all in on agentic AI?
Well, you've got increased efficiency for sure, lower costs. You can respond to things way faster. It actually helps out those human roles by taking over all the boring, repetitive tasks. And the decisions you make will be better because they're based on real-time data. Of course, there's that deeper personalization we talked about. And I think ultimately it's all about driving innovation, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Of course, I imagine there are like challenges too, right? Concerns that companies need to address.
Absolutely. Like, you've got to make sure that these autonomous systems are secure
Right.
and that they follow all the rules and regulations. Compliance is a big deal.
Right, of course. So let's wrap this up. What's the one big takeaway from our deep dive into agentic AI today?
I'd say it's this. Agentic AI, it's a major leap forward. These systems are autonomous, they're collaborative, and they have the power to change the way businesses work and solve problems, like from the ground up.
Yeah, we're just at the beginning. But this feels like something truly game-changing. I want you to think about this. What if these AI agents could not only automate the stuff we already do, but also find and solve problems that we haven't even thought of yet? What kind of crazy new opportunities could that unlock? What would that mean for the future of work, for innovation? It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.